And we're back with some more LA Kings franchise mode. And in this one, we are the Stanley Cup champions. As we see, I mean, that was an incredible run, especially from the likes of Phil Kessel, who led our team with 18 goals. And of course, we cannot ignore the performance of Igor Shesterkin. A .936 save percentage in 24 games played certainly was a huge part in that cup win. Certainly was not expecting it, especially after we had that awful slide in, I think it was either November or December, I can't remember which, but we had an awful slide where we won only once in 1 month, fired our coach, and here we are. So I guess we'll get in the offseason now, as there's not much else to do. And there you go. The playoffs are complete, and the LA Kings and your Ontario Reign have won the championships in each of their respective leagues. So your LA Kings are champions all around this year. Not just the NHL, but the AHL as well. Wow. Way to go. Way to go, Ontario. So that being done, we're now going to check the awards. That's something I need to get in the habit of doing. So, of course, the Stanley Cup, your LA Kings. The President's Trophy went to Carolina. And it was, of course, your LA Kings versus Toronto in the final. And individual awards, the Art Ross goes to Sagan. The Hart goes to Sagan. The Norris goes to Heiskanen. The Lady Bing also goes to Sagan. The Calder goes to Raymond of Columbus. The Conn Smythe, Phil Kessel, the man, the myth, the legend. He was absolutely incredible. The Vezina goes to Holtby. Jennings goes to Mrazek. The Masterton goes to Brodin. The Jack Adams goes to Hoffman of Tampa. Selke goes to Giroux. The Lindsay Award goes to Sagan. And the Maurice Richard also goes to Sagan. So Sagan collecting a lot of hardware. But he can get the Stanley Cup, and we did. So, you know what? I don't care. I don't care about any of the hardware that Sagan got. All that matters is that we got the ultimate prize. So now I guess we'll advance to the draft lottery. I don't believe we have a lottery pick. I mean, we won the Stanley Cup after all. So unless we traded for a pick that I forgot about, which I don't believe we did, Philadelphia has won the draft lottery. And then Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Arizona, New Jersey via the Rangers, Islanders, New Jersey again, Florida, Ottawa, Anaheim, Chicago, Vegas, Detroit through Nashville, Detroit again, and Calgary is the order. Retirements, you have Thornton, Ovechkin, and Carter officially retired, so he's a good career here in LA and elsewhere as well, but he officially hangs them up. Burns retires, Eriksson, Bozak, all these guys as well. Good careers. And in goal, you have Miller and Howard and McElhaney retiring as well. So a couple guys to look out for here in the draft. There is Maxim Bykov, who is 18 years of age, going 68 overall. He has the 3-bar medium elite. He's 5 years away from the NHL, but maybe we'll get lucky with the potential if we can manage to snag him up. And at 165, there's Alexander Kulikov, who is 19 years of age, 5 years away from the NHL, but again, might have that medium elite potential. And let's do it. Let's head into the draft here. Philly wants to trade the first overall pick. Okay, well, we may as well take a look and see what they want. Well, first of all, are any of these guys worth trading for? Mark Woods, maybe. There is Ballard. I'd take Woods over him. Lorkainen, no. Lawton, no. None of these guys are really worth trading for besides Woods, I would say. The problem is I'm not sure who I would trade. Definitely not Kuhlman, definitely not Clark. Kuhlman's pretty much NHL ready. As a matter of fact, he is. Clark is almost NHL ready. Spence not trading. As far as forwards go, maybe we could trade Kaliev. I'd be willing to part with Lockhart. He's 20 already and only 61. Kaliev, we would have to do this fast because we have less than a minute. They don't even want Lockhart though. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this in time. They're probably going to pick soon. Kupari. Let's just try it. Proposed trade. Rejected. Yeah, I thought so. Yep. Wow, they took Ballard. They didn't even take Woods. So that's unfortunate. We couldn't pull the trigger in time. And not only did that happen, but they didn't even take Woods. Would have been nice to have, but not something that would have been worth giving up what Minnesota would have wanted for that pick. And besides, we have a good future anyway. What I would like to get out of this draft is a nice young sniper. And maybe Turco fits that description. Maybe not. I don't know, but I don't really see any other options here. I mean, there's Fotnos is a guaranteed medium top 6 sniper, but he's 3 years away. Dane Rally is a gem, but he's a two-way forward. Don't necessarily need more of those. You got Saul Carlos, who he's a defensive defenseman, 2 years away. Not a bad pick either. Like I said, I want to get a nice sniper out of this draft, so I think I'll just take a chance on Dave Turco here. He's the scout recommendation anyway, so welcome to LA, Dave Turco. And he is, as we go back to the end of the list here, he is that's unfortunate, medium top 9. Yikes. There's still Bykov available, who is supposed to go soon, so we may as well take him, honestly. I mean, once again, he's 5 years away. But the possibility of a medium elite potential is pretty nice. So, Bykov, what are you? He is there you go, medium elite. Okay, so once again, overall is a bit low, but just the medium elite itself is pretty nice. So I will certainly take it. Definitely better than our first pick. Can't go wrong with the name Datsuk. Let's see what he is. Apparently you can, never mind. I'm going to take a defenseman now, Leon Kirka, 17 years of age defenseman, who might be 3 years away from the NHL, so that's as good a reason as any to take him, and honestly, there's nothing else around that's impressing me right now, so may as well take a chance. Low top 6 defenseman, 60 overall. Just trying for another German right now, Frank Thalberger. Welcome to LA. He is medium bottom 6. I think I'm just going to take Kulikov now. There's really nobody else that's appealing to me, so Alexander Kulikov, you are a medium elite. Okay, we struck once again. He is 19, but medium elite. And you know what? Maybe he'll be one of those fast growers. I mean, we've seen them before, certainly. I mean, not often, but still, it does happen. So keep an eye on him. So I swear it's not just the last name, and I know he is 20, but Darius Hughes here is only 3 years away from the NHL. So maybe he may actually be a good potential. We don't know just yet, so we'll make pick and see what he is. Darius Hughes, welcome to LA. Low top 9 was 62 overall. All right, that's about what I expected. Thought I'd take a chance. There's really not much here for us. Let's just take Khan, 18 years of age, possibly a sniper. Nope, not even close. He's a playmaker and a medium bottom 6. Unfortunate. And the last pick of the draft, we may as well just continue the Bowler Ice memes from I believe is the Wolves GM mode back in, oh goodness, I think that was NHL 19, maybe even 18. I don't even remember. But nonetheless, Bowler Ice, welcome to the LA Kings. I think I saw low top 4 there. Is he a low top 4? Yeah, Bowler Ice is a low top 4 defenseman, so not bad for the final pick in the draft. Certainly not bad. Offensive defenseman as well. So I think we have to re-sign quick, even if it's only for a minimum contract, just to let him continue his days here in LA. Off contract to you. Kuhlman, welcome to the team. Dustin Brown, we may as well re-sign as well. He was pretty useful last year. 13 points on the 4th line, and he was solid defensively as well. 28 takeaways to 15 giveaways and 67 hits, so it certainly can't hurt to bring him back, even if only as depth. Howla does not want to re-sign. He wants $3 million for 3 years. I think we'd be better off releasing him and see what's out there in free agency. Phil Kessel, this man, we absolutely have to re-sign, even if it's only for 1 year. I will absolutely give you 3.75. You were a beast for us these past playoffs, and it just wouldn't feel right to release a guy after having a performance like that in the playoffs. As for Kupari, I think I'm honestly going to trade him. I feel like he doesn't really... I mean, we moved him down to the 4th line last year. He wasn't performing on the 3rd line, and I just feel like he could have a better opportunity somewhere else, and he really does not simulate optimally for a 4th liner, considering he's a center and he's not really good on faceoffs. Not to mention he also had a rough sophomore slump. So I think I might just tender him an offer and probably trade him in free agency. Mikey Anderson has some good chemistry there on the bottom 6 pairing, so we may as well re-sign him. 1.75 for 2 years sounds good to me. Brant Clark, welcome to the team. Hopefully you make it next year. Releasing Goligoski, and Jalmerson I think will sign. I'll give you 1 year for 4.7. And since we won the Stanley Cup, I think we can now officially make Wotherspoon our head coach. Although I don't know if there's a way to do that right now, actually, because I can't seem to bring that menu up. But nonetheless, when we are able to do it, we will do it. And I believe everyone except Kupari is now signed. Yes, indeed. We still have basically 24 million in cap space left to work with. Let's see, where would Kupari fit? I still think he would be... Yeah, I just don't see a future for him here. So I think we're going to tender him a qualifying offer, and then we'll just trade him to some team that wants him. Then again, he was part of the Stanley Cup team. 93 hits. His takeaway giveaway ratio was okay. And if I'm not mistaken, he did have chemistry on the penalty kill. Yeah, okay, I just talked myself into it. We'll re-sign Kupari. I'll give him 2 years for 1.2. All right, now I think we can do it. So, Wotherspoon, you are officially our head coach. So, going into free agency now, let's get a brief overview of our roster to see what we need. We have Shesterkin, who's now up to 88, and Markkanen in net. So, I think we're set there. And quick in the minors. On defense, you have Doughty, Manson, Hjalmarsson, Kuhlman, Spence, Anderson, and Clegg. And in the system, you have Clark. Hopefully he grows over the offseason. And at forward, you have Turcotte, Olofsson, Velarde, Byfield, Kopitar, Ehlers, Kessel, Ho, Kupari. We could use some forwards. But I think defensively we're fine. In goal we're fine. So let's take a look at what is out there in free agency. Well, Pastrnak is available in free agency at 92 overall sniper. Who, he would just make things... He would certainly make offense very easy for this team. Does he fit in the chemistry at all? He does. And he fits all power play lines. Well, I might have to consider that now. I might have to consider Pastrnak as... wow. That's like perfect. That's perfect. And we just won the Stanley Cup, so it makes sense why we would be a top place for him to go, you know? I mean, that would just be absolutely perfect on that first line with Turcotte and maybe Byfield. Okay, yeah. Change of plans. Change of plans. We are definitely going to have to approach Pastrnak with an offer here because that is just absurd. The fit is perfect. You know, with the not only with the chemistry, but his age, 27 years of age, right in his prime. Oh man. Okay, yeah, we have to get Pastrnak. I don't think there's any debating this. That's just a perfect fit. I'm sorry, it is. It just is. Larkin doesn't really have the fit. Let's see, DeBrincat, not as obvious as it would be for Pastrnak. Barkov, no fit. Tarasenko, this is a star-studded free agency. O'Reilly, might be a good fit, but still, how can you argue with Pastrnak? Kachuk, none. Marcus Johansson, yeah, no, it's not even close. Pastrnak, it's just perfect. Okay, so I think what we'll do here, I'll give him the 6-year deal just to make sure that we have the best chance possible of getting him. And I will give you 14.5. That's a lot. It is very much a lot. But with Pastrnak on our team, he would just... He would complete... It would be perfection, you know? With Turcotte and all of our young guys coming up, Pastrnak would be perfect. So, yeah, absolutely. That 14.5... But hold on. Let me clear my head. Let me just do a financial overview here just to make sure we can actually afford this going forward. Turcotte is going to want a huge contract. Oh yeah, definitely. Kopitar's contract is coming up, so that's good news. He wants nowhere near what he's making right now. And I can only presume that he's going to keep dropping, so I'm not going to extend him right away. So I'm going to guess that by the end of this year, he'll probably only want 2 mil. So that's a solid 8 mil saved. Kessel, we don't know about yet, but we can only assume that he will probably drop off, given his age. And presuming we release him, that's another 3.75 saved. There's Manson, there's Hjalmarsson, there's a whole bunch of things that we can do to clear up cap. Now, is there any truly dead cap that we have? Igor Shesterkin is making 5.3. I'm fine with that. He played just fine in the playoffs. Not getting rid of him by any means, unless he for some reason plays absolutely terribly this year. But I hope that doesn't happen. We could always trade Ehlers if we have to. He's making 6 mil for the next 2 years. You could trade Velarde if you wanted to, but I'd trade Ehlers first. So I think financially it'll work. It should honestly work. I mean, you got Doughty making 11 mil, sure, but he's worth it as well. Is there anyone else? Is there anything I'm missing here? Spence wants 4.5. That'll add on a bit. We might be able to save some money with Clegg. because I don't know how much of a future he has here. We could trade Anderson as well if we need to. I'm fairly certain that we can make this work. It's going to be rough. I won't deny that it's going to be rough on the cap, but I think we can make it work. So here we go. Probably the biggest free agent that we have approached in a long time on this channel. I'm just going to make sure that we get him 14.6 for 6 years for David Pastrnak. Please, 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 please sign with us. Wow. Okay, so I'm not approaching anybody else until we know for a fact that we have Pastrnak, or we don't. Who knows? But hopefully we do. All right, here we go. Come on, Pasta. Come on, Pasta. Please. Coach. Come on. Why can't I skip all? Just give me an option to skip all. And there it is. David Pastrnak has signed with your LA Kings. That is quite possibly the biggest free agent signing that I've done on this channel in I don't even know how long. I think since the Wolfsburg GM mode with Jack Hughes towards the tail end of it. Jeez. I mean, that's phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. Look at this roster. Look at how much it's transformed in a matter of, like, what's it been? 3 years right now? And there's only been a handful of players that we've actually gotten out of free agency. We got Olofsson out of free agency, and he ended up being a phenomenal signing. He's a bargain. 42 goals, 42 assists. Of course, we just signed Pastrnak. And then we traded for, who was at the time a struggling Ehlers from Winnipeg, who he only had 37 points and a minus 14. He wasn't playing as often as maybe he should. He was only getting roughly 12 minutes a night on Winnipeg. And we turned him into a solid top 6 player. Or back into a top 6 player, I should say. And then, of course, with the trade deadline acquisition of Kessel, the MVP of the playoffs. I mean, wow, what a GM this has been so far. And we're only headed into year number 4, by the way. Wow. And then, of course, you got the young guys like Keith Ho, Kuhlman, Spence. He's been a surprise as well. However, with that all being done, we do still need a 4th line. So we're going to go back out to free agency and see what 4th liners we can get. So I think we're going to go after Scott Laughton here. He is supposedly a good fit on the bottom 6 forward lines. And if we take a look at his stats, he had 18 goals last year, 28 points for Minnesota. Good on faceoffs, good hitter, and a good takeaway giveaway ratio. So that's everything I look for out of a 4th liner. So we will definitely be approaching him. I'm going to give him 1 year just to be safe. And I will give him, as a result, a little bit more salary than I would have. I'll give him 2.1. I think we're also going to get Michael Furland here. Nice hitter, good with the takeaways and giveaways. Not a face-off taker, but we got, what's his name? Laughton for that. And he also fits in on the bottom 6 forward lines. So we will approach Furland with an offer. Once again, going to play it safe. Only going to give him 1 year. And I'll give him 2.25. There we go. There's Laughton. And there's Furland. So I believe that is it. We are set in goal. We are set on defense. And we are certainly set at forward, especially with the likes of Pastrnak on board now. Yeah, we're good. We are good to go. So we are now in the preseason of year number 4, and let's check out the growth that our roster had over the offseason. So Shesterkin remains an 88, and Markkanen is an 82 now. And in the minors, you have Malik, Villalta, Quick, and Perrick. Defenseman, you have Doughty, and 92. Clark is an 85. Holy growth. He was a 77 at the start of the offseason. He is now an 85. Wow. I mean, his chemistry is unfortunate there. But 86 offensive awareness, puck skills all in the 90s. Shot power is already 92. Wow. That is certainly a surprise. I was not expecting that. Manson stayed at 84. I think Manson was an 85, so dropped a little bit, but not anything too concerning. Kuhlman is an 84 to start this season as well, so maybe put him on the same pair with Clark, although it looks like Kuhlman's... Man, we just can't get lucky with that chemistry there, it seems, with these defensemen. Spence with an 83. Hjalmarsson is an 81. Clegg, 80. Anderson, 80. So it looks like we might be able to move on from one of Clegg or Anderson, or maybe even Hjalmarsson. Well, actually, no. Hjalmarsson gets the +5 chemistry with Spence, so I don't think we'll be moving on from him. But certainly one of these guys, either Clegg or Anderson, I think we'll be forced to move on from, since we have now 8 defensemen who are capable of playing in the NHL. And I think we will only have room for 7. Forwards, you have Pastrnak, 92, Turcotte, 88, Olofsson, 87, Velarde, 86, Byfield, 86, Ehlers, 85, Kopitar down to an 84, Ho, 84, so he grew a little bit. Good to see. Good to see. Kessel, 82, Lawton, 81, Verland, 81, Kupari, 80. And the minors, you have Kaliev, who's now an 80 as well, 87 offensive awareness. Puck skills looking good, shot looking good. He'll be in the NHL soon, just I don't think right now, considering what we already have. Then you have Brown, Amadio, Patan, Luff, all these guys. So there you go. These are your start of the year 4 LA Kings. And with the acquisition of Pastrnak, with Kulemin and Clark coming in to the league on minor league deals, this is absolutely the time to win. You know, you got Doughty, who's 33 years of age, at the tail end of his prime. He's about to start dropping, it looks like. Still have Turcotte on a minor league deal for 1 more year. You still have Byfield on a minor league deal for 1 more year. These are just best lines, by the way. These aren't the lines that we'll be going with going into the season. But this is absolutely, we must take advantage of these next couple of years or so while all these kids are still on their minor league deals and while Pastrnak is still at his absolute best. And of course, not to mention Shesterkin, who is also in his prime, 88 overall, 27 years of age. This team is absolutely in win now mode for, I would say, that at least the next 3 years, hopefully longer. But that's how long before we have to re-sign guys like Kulemin and Clark. Turcotte's going to be up this year. Byfield is also going to be up this year. So we absolutely must take advantage of this situation while we can. Because soon we're going to have to get rid of guys like Kessel. Kopitar at the very least is going to be making a lot less money than he is now. We could, like I said, we could certainly make it work. We just have to be very careful about what we do from now on with the salary, because it's going to be touchy. With this many players making this much money, you know, Doughty making 11 mil for the next 4 years. You have Turcotte, who is undoubtedly going to ask for 10 mil plus. Byfield might ask for like 7 or 8 mil. So it's going to be close. We may have to end up trading Ehlers. So we absolutely must take advantage of this year. Let's go for a repeat. Why don't we? So with that all being done, this has been a big enough of an episode already. Let's end it off here. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one with the Win Now window officially reopened for your LA Kings. See you guys then.